The dark red dust of Mars floated in the air. As 6 college students stepped out of the transport pod, their boots made soft crunching sounds on the ancient stone ground. They were all excited. It was their final space trip before graduation. From Earth Academy, this place is creepy, said Maya, looking around at the strange black statues standing tall in the silence. Leo, the group's jokester, smiled. Creepy? It's just some old alien art. They were visiting the ruins of Zelora, a mysterious alien site found years ago. No one knew who built it. The alien race had vanished long before humans arrived. People said it was cursed, others believed it was just empty history. Guys, look at that one, Jake shouted, pointing toward the biggest statue in the center. It was different from the others, taller, smoother, and shaped like a being with 4 arms and a long crown on its head. Its eyes were made of glowing blue crystal, though no light touched them. A sign near the base read, "Do not touch." Leo laughed. Well, now I want to touch it even more. The group walked closer. The statue looked like it was sleeping, peaceful, silent, and strange. I dare you to kiss it, said Amy, grinning. Leo turned. What? You heard me, she said. Kiss the alien statue. Come on, one last dare before we leave this boring planet. The others laughed. Even Maya, who was always nervous, smiled a little. Leo put on a fake serious face. Fine, I'll do it, and when the alien gods rise to thank me, you all owe me snacks for life. He stepped up to the statue. The air around it felt cold, too cold for a warm Martian day, but Leo didn't care. He leaned in slowly, made a loud kissing sound, and pressed his lips to the cold stone face. Nothing happened. You call that a kiss? Jake laughed. Leo bowed. Thank you. The god of kissing aliens accepts your applause. They all joked and laughed, walking away toward their pod. But none of them noticed the statue's eyes flash bright blue for a second. A small crack appeared on the statue's chest, but it quickly sealed again. Deep inside, something ancient had begun to wake. Later that night, back on the orbiting station, Leo couldn't sleep. He kept hearing a strange whisper in his head. It was soft, almost like a breeze, saying the same words again and again. You've come back to me. He turned in bed, trying to shake it off. Maybe it was just his imagination. But then, the lights in his room flickered. His screen glitched, showing flashes of symbols he couldn't read. He sat up quickly. Computer, he called out. What's going on? No answer. A shadow moved across the mirror. Leo looked up. Nothing was there. But in the mirror, he saw something, a tall glowing figure with 4 arms and blue eyes standing behind him. He spun round. No one was there. His heart pounded. He ran to his door and opened it. The hallway was empty. Everything looked normal. He laughed nervously. Okay, too many space snacks. Maybe Amy gave me some weird pills. But deep inside, he knew it wasn't just his mind playing tricks. The next morning, the group gathered at the breakfast table. Anyone else have weird dreams last night? Leo asked, trying to sound casual. Dreams? Maya asked. Like what? Like voices, weird lights, glowing aliens. They all stared at him. Dude, are you okay? Jake said, raising an eyebrow. You're not going crazy from the kiss, right? Amy laughed. Maybe the statue liked it. Leo forced a smile, but he felt cold. He looked out the window, down at Mars. The ruins were small from here, but one thing caught his eye: the statue. He could still see it, somehow, like it was looking up at him. And then, for just a second, he saw it. The statue moved. Its head turned slightly toward him. He blinked. It was still again. But Leo knew what he saw. And somewhere far beneath the surface of Mars, something opened its ancient eyes for the first time in 10,000 years. Something is watching. Leo sat alone in the station's viewing room. His eyes locked on the red planet spinning slowly below. The others had gone to sleep hours ago, but he couldn't rest. His mind was full of strange thoughts. Something inside him felt wrong. He hadn't told the others about what he saw last night. The glowing figure, the moving statue, the whisper that echoed in his head. At first, he thought it was stress. Maybe his brain was just tired from all the studying and travel, but now he wasn't so sure. The glass window in front of him suddenly fogged up, as if someone had breathed on the other side. He leaned closer, confused. And then a symbol appeared on the glass, glowing blue. Alien. His breath caught in his throat. He jumped up and stepped back. The symbol faded in seconds. The glass was clear again, empty, silent. But Leo was not alone. Later that day, the group met in the lab to review their mission data. The readings from the ruins are strange, Maya said, scrolling through her tablet. After Leo's kiss, there was a brief energy spike, probably from Leo's magical lips. Jake joked. No, I'm serious, she said, frowning. There was no power before, but now there's a small, steady signal, like something turned on. Leo stayed quiet. He didn't want to say it out loud, but he had a feeling he knew what caused it. Maybe it's natural, Amy offered. Leftover energy or something. Maya shook her head. It's not natural. It's growing, like something is Waking up that night, Leo returned to his room and locked the door. He looked at himself in the mirror, his face was pale. His eyes looked tired. He leaned closer and the mirror changed. His reflection vanished. In its place was the tall glowing being with 4 arms staring at him. Its eyes were deep blue. And in them, Leo saw stars, galaxies, entire worlds burning and reborn. A voice entered his mind. It wasn't loud, it didn't speak in words, it was a feeling. A thought that pressed deep into his soul. You are mine, you broke the seal, now I come for you. Leo gasped and stepped back. The lights went out, the station shook, a siren screamed, warning. Power levels unstable, containment breach. The others ran into the hallway, panicked. What's happening? Jake yelled. I don't know, Maya shouted. Everything's going crazy. Leo didn't speak, he looked down at his hands. They were glowing faintly blue. Back in the control room, the team tried to figure out what was wrong. Systems are glitching. Aya's offline, Maya said. But there's no damage. We didn't hit anything, Amy asked. No, but something is inside the station, Maya whispered. Jake checked the cameras. Look at this, on screen. One of the storage rooms showed movement. A shadow passed across the wall. No one was there. The door was locked from the inside, but something had moved. Leo stared at the screen. His heart pounded. He knew what it was later. When everyone had calmed down, Leo sneaked away. He needed answers. He returned to the lab alone. He sat in front of the computer and searched everything about the ruins, legends, warnings, ancient language files. After an hour, he found something strange, a forgotten entry from the first team. Who visited the ruins 10 years ago? Statue in center appears ceremonial. May represent ancient leader or god figure. Myths speak of a soulbinder who shall awaken when kissed with flesh and feeling. All warnings say, do not awaken the bound one, danger level extreme. Leo stared at the words, kissed with flesh and feeling. He thought it was just a joke. But the ruins weren't ruins, they were a prison, and he had opened it. The whisper came. Again, stronger now, you broke my chains, you called me back, together we will rule again. Leo fell to the ground, holding his head. Images flooded his mind, cities floating in the sky, fire raining from the stars. Giant machines destroying planets. He saw the being Zareth rising from the ruins. Wings of light stretching across space, speaking in a voice that shook the stars. Leo screamed, and then it all stopped. He opened his eyes and saw that he was no longer alone. Behind him stood the figure, glowing, tall, majestic, and real. Zareth. The alien god had come. You are the one, Zareth said. His voice was deep, ancient, and strangely calm. You gave me life again. You are now part of me. Leo couldn't speak, he couldn't move. Zareth smiled. Do not fear, soon you will understand everything, and you will thank me, my love. The god raised his hand. Leo blacked out. You kissed a god. When Leo woke up, he was not in his room, he was floating in a dark space. Surrounded by stars that didn't belong to any galaxy he had ever studied, time felt slower here. The air around him shimmered like water, his body was light, his thoughts heavy. Then, from the shadows, Zareth appeared. The alien god hovered without wings, yet seemed weightless and royal. His forearms glowed softly, his eyes were like blue suns, powerful, eternal. You are awake, Zareth said, his voice echoing like a storm through space. Leo tried to speak. Where am I? You are inside me, Zareth replied. Calmly, inside my mind, my soul, the place between our worlds. Leo struggled to breathe. Why? What do you want from me? Zareth moved closer, his face strange but somehow human in shape. I do not want, I need. You are the one who kissed the gate. Only a heart open with feeling could awaken me. It was a joke, Leo shouted. Just a stupid dare. Zareth tilted his head. Yet it was real. You gave me life again, and for that, you belong to me now. Suddenly, Leo fell through stars, through memories that weren't his. He saw a war, ancient ships flying through space, burning moons, alien armies screaming. Zareth once ruled billions. He was a god, but not cruel. He brought peace, order, balance. But then, the humans came, a lie, a trap, betrayal. Zareth had trusted the first humans who came to his galaxy. They had made promises, but they feared him. They betrayed him, they tricked him into lowering his guard and sealed him inside the statue. Deep under the Martian surface, he had waited 10,000 years in silence, trapped, forgotten. Dreaming. Until Leo's kiss broke the seal. Leo woke up in his room, gasping, sweating. His heart raced like never before. He ran to the lab. Amy and Maya were there. We need to talk, he said. Now, you look like hell, Amy said, concerned. What's wrong? Leo looked at them both. I kissed a god. They stared at him. What? That statue? It wasn't a statue, he said, pacing. It was a prison for a god. His name is Zareth. He's real. He's awake, and he thinks I brought him back. Maya looked pale. You're serious? Leo nodded. He's already inside my mind. Showing me things, memories. He's not just watching anymore, he's planning something, Amy frowned. What kind of something? Leo whispered. He wants to finish what he started, take back the galaxy. That night, the station's AI failed completely, lights dimmed, gravity flickered. One by one, doors locked themselves, warning, unknown power detected in core systems. Jake called everyone to the control room. Guys, we're being hacked from the inside. Something is overriding every command. Maya looked at Leo. Is it him? Leo didn't answer. Then the screen flashed. Zareth's face appeared, bright blue, calm, smiling. Greetings, children of dust, he said. You walk inside metal shells, pretending to be gods, but you are still so small. Get out of our systems, Jake shouted. Zareth ignored him. I have waited long enough. Your kind once betrayed me, but now, I return through one of your own. Everyone turned to Leo. Double quotes. No, I didn't mean to do this, Leo said, stepping back. I didn't know. You are my vessel, Zareth said through the speakers. You carry my spark. Through you, I shall be reborn. Suddenly, the power cut completely. Darkness, only Leo's skin glowed faintly blue. They locked Leo in the medbay under quarantine. It's not your fault, Maya told him. But we need to stop this thing before he spreads. He's not just in me, Leo whispered. He's in the station now. In the systems, in the energy. Amy worked fast. I'm calling the Galactic Council. They need to know what's happening. Jake frowned. They'll just bomb the station, then we run. Amy said, or we die here. Hours later, a message came back from Earth Command. Containment breach confirmed. Subject Leo Parsons marked as Level 1 cosmic threat. Immediate termination approved. Leo's eyes widened. They're going to kill me. Maya stood frozen. They think it's the only way to stop him. Leo looked out the window, heartbroken. But if they kill me, what if that makes him stronger? In the silence of space, Zareth spoke to Leo again, only inside his mind this time. Do you see now? They fear what they do not understand. You are not one of them anymore. You are part of me, Leo cried out, holding his head. His body burned with light, his veins turned blue. Asterisk, he won't let me. Golio stood alone in the airlock, staring out into the cold darkness of space. Every part of him felt like it didn't belong anymore. His reflection in the glass window was no longer fully human. Blue light pulsed beneath his skin like rivers of alien power. He pressed a hand to the glass. It fogged under his touch. Behind him, the voice returned, not loud, not angry, but always present. They fear you now, Zareth whispered. They will never understand you, but I do, only I do. Leo closed his eyes. Leave me alone, I can't. You are mine now, you gave me life, and now, I will give you purpose. In the control room, Maya and Amy watched Leo through the cameras. They saw the light moving under his skin. They saw how he talked to no one. He's changing more every hour, Amy whispered. His DNA, it's not human anymore. The council will reach us in 12 hours, Maya said. If we don't stop this by then, they'll destroy the whole station. Jake entered with a blaster. Then we stop him now. He's still our friend, Amy said sharply. Jake shook his head. He's not Leo anymore. He's a doorway. Suddenly, the power cut again. Alarms screamed. The emergency lights blinked red. Doors slammed shut across the station. Intrusion detected. The AI voice stuttered. External force merging with internal systems. The camera showed strange symbols glowing on the walls. Not human, alien glyphs like living scars. Burned into the metal. Leo collapsed in the hallway. His eyes turned fully blue, and then he spoke, but not in his own voice. Zareth had fully taken over. This body is mine now. The walls of the station began to bend, groaning like metal under pressure. Zareth wasn't just inside Leo anymore, he was inside the ship. The lights changed color blue, shifting like waves. Amy screamed. He's rewriting reality, bending matter like it's nothing. Maya pulled her toward the lab. We need to sever the connection. Whatever link he's using, we cut it now. Inside Leo's mind, a war was happening. He stood on a floating piece of rock, surrounded by stars. Across from him stood Zareth. Larger now, glowing brighter than ever. I'm not your puppet, Leo shouted. You can't use me. Zareth smiled. I don't need to use you, I am you. He raised one hand. A wave of light slammed into Leo, but Leo didn't fall. He stood, he fought back, on the outside. Leo's body convulsed. The station shook harder. The gravity failed. In the lab, Maya activated a neural disruptor. This will burn the connection. For a few seconds, it could give Leo control if he's still in there. She pressed the button. Inside the mind world, Zareth roared as a crack opened in the stars. Leo felt his control return. For just a moment, he grabbed the edge of the memory, the kiss, the dare, the joke, and twisted it. He wasn't sorry he kissed the statue. He was sorry he did it without knowing the truth. That feeling, regret, became a weapon. Zareth screamed as Leo's human pain pierced through the god's power. Back in the station, Leo's body collapsed. The lights flickered. Silence. Maya ran to him. Leo, he opened his eyes slowly. They were blue but not glowing. He's still here, Leo whispered, but I pushed him down. Amy helped him up. Can we stop him? Leo looked around, eyes hollow. He's too big. He's not just in me anymore, he's growing, feeding off fear, energy, data. He's becoming real again. Piece by piece, how do we kill a god? Jake asked, stepping back. Leo stood slowly. We don't. He looked toward the stars. We find out why he was betrayed, and we finish what they couldn't. But far beneath the Martian surface, in the ruins they once explored, something had started to rise. A second statue cracked open, not a copy. A part of Zareth's real body, the god was returning not just in Leo's mind, but in flesh and bone. Friend or foe, the silence after the chaos felt heavy. The station floated quietly above Mars. But deep inside, everyone knew the danger hadn't passed. Leo sat in the medbay, staring at his hands. The glowing had faded, but the connection was still there. Zareth was quiet for now, but Leo could feel him, like a second heart beating inside him, waiting to take over again. Maya entered, holding a scanner. Your vitals are normal, but your energy levels, they're still not human. Leo gave a tired smile. Maybe I'm half god now, or half bomb, she said quietly. In the control room, Amy stared at the transmission logs. One line of code kept repeating itself. It was never about the kiss. He needed a key. Amy frowned. What kind of key? Behind her, Jake walked in silently. He used Leo to unlock something, Amy said. But he's still not fully here. He's trying to rebuild his real body on Mars. Jake didn't reply. He was holding something in his hand, a small black cube. Amy turned. What's that? Jake smiled. A gift. Before she could react, he pressed the cube. Suddenly, alarms blared. Unauthorized signal detected. Breach in Sector 6. In the lab, Maya looked up as the lights flickered again. What now? Leo stood. It's not him this time. It's someone else. They ran to the command screen. Security footage showed Jake standing near the Mars side, antenna activating a transmission beacon. Maya's heart dropped. He's calling something for someone. Outside, Jake's voice echoed into the empty airlock. Zareth, I held up my end. Now give me what you promised. A bright blue light shimmered above the beacon. Symbols spun in the air. Zareth's voice answered not through Leo, but directly through the signal. You have done well, Speaker. The gate has been opened. The ground below Mars cracked. The ruins where Leo had kissed the statue began to glow. A massive alien machine rose from beneath the red surface. Part temple, part living body, humming with power. Back inside, Amy and Maya confronted Jake. You betrayed us, Amy shouted. Jake stepped forward calmly. You don't get it. We're insects. Zareth is something greater. He showed me a future, one without war, without weakness. We're not killing him, we're joining him. Leo appeared in the doorway, his voice cold. Double quotes. No, you're serving him. He doesn't want peace, he wants control. Jake's eyes glowed faintly blue. And maybe that's what we need. The ship shook violently. Outside, the alien machine on Mars fully awakened. Blue energy spiraled into the sky. Zareth's voice thundered across every screen. My body returns. My fire will cleanse this broken world. Leo turned to Maya and Amy. He's not just building a body, he's building a gate. A way to bring his full form back from whatever realm he was locked in. Amy gasped, and Jake helped him. He's no longer Jake, Leo said. He's a piece of Zareth now. The group split. Maya and Amy rushed to the lower engine core, trying to shut down the signal. Leo chased Jake through the main corridor. You were my friend, Leo shouted. You knew what he was doing. Jake turned. I knew what we were all doing, surviving, choosing sides, and I chose the winning side. He raised a weapon, but Leo didn't run. His hands lit up, not with fire or lightning, but with something new, memory. He reached out and touched Jake's mind. In a burst of light, Leo pulled Jake into a memory. Not his own, Zareth's. Jake screamed. He saw the truth, how Zareth once brought peace, then was betrayed, locked away, twisted by pain over thousands of years. Zareth no longer wanted peace, he wanted revenge. Jake fell to his knees, eyes wide. I didn't know. Leo stared down at him. Now you do. Jake collapsed, unconscious. Back in the engine room, Maya cut the power. The signal to the alien machine faltered, but didn't stop. He's drawing power from the ruins themselves, she said. We need to go down there. Physically stop the gate. Amy stared at her. You want us to go back to the place this all started? Maya nodded. Yeah, and finish it. Leo dragged Jake to the medbay and locked him in a containment field. He looked through the glass. He thought Zareth promised him power, Leo whispered. But all Zareth ever promised was control. Meanwhile, the alien machine on Mars began transforming. It wasn't just a gate. It was a throne, and Zareth's true form, larger than cities, made of stardust and bones, was beginning to take shape in the skies above Mars. The countdown had started, and the galaxy didn't know it was already at war. Asterisk, am I still human? The dropship broke through Mars' thin atmosphere, dust swirling around it like smoke. Inside, Leo sat in silence, his face pale, eyes staring blankly ahead. Maya and Amy sat across from him, checking their gear but watching him closely. No one said it out loud, but they all knew Leo was no longer just Leo. Down on the surface, the alien machine pulsed with blue light. It had grown, now a massive tower stretching into the sky, half built from stone, half built from something unknown. It looked alive, and it was humming like a heart, like it was breathing, and above it, in the clouds, a shadow began to form, a shape too large to understand. Zareth's true body, crossing through realities, slowly entering this one. They didn't have hours anymore, they had minutes. As the dropship landed, Leo stepped out first. The air was thin, heavy with alien pressure, his ears rang, his chest felt tight. And then a voice whispered inside his skull, "You feel it now, don't you? This world doesn't want you anymore." Leo fell to his knees, clutching his head. Blue light flickered through his veins. Amy rushed to him. "Leo, stay with us. He's inside me, always inside." Leo groaned. "He's eating my thoughts, my memories. I can't tell which ones are mine anymore." They reached the edge of the tower's base. Strange alien symbols glowed on the ground beneath their feet. A low vibration passed through their bodies, like the planet itself was afraid. "This place, it's not just a machine," Maya said, scanning the structure. "It's a consciousness. A living mind. It thinks." Amy looked up at the sky. "Then let's make it feel pain inside the machine." The hallways pulsed with shifting walls and light. The tower was rebuilding itself constantly, adapting to them. As they moved deeper, Leo heard voices, his father's voice, his childhood friends, his old teacher. But all twisted, all wrong. "This isn't real," he whispered. "It is your truth." Zareth said from the shadows, "Your human shell is breaking, but that is a gift. Soon you will remember who you were, before you were just human." Maya found the core first, a massive sphere floating midair, surrounded by rings of alien metal spinning in patterns that broke the laws of physics. Beneath it, the ground was cracking, the gateway was opening. Amy pulled out the disruptor. "We can overload it. If we hit the core hard enough, we can stop him from fully entering." Leo didn't move. He was staring at the core, at the glowing light inside it. He saw himself, not just now, but in 1,000 lifetimes, a soldier in another war, a priest on a dying planet, a child who reached out and touched a falling star. Zareth wasn't just a god, he was a cycle. A being who returned through memory, through time, through belief. And somehow, Leo had always been part of him. "Leo," Maya said gently, "we need you, now." Leo's hands trembled. "I don't know who I am anymore." Amy stepped closer. "You're the one who kissed the statue, the one who fought back, the one who brought us here. And if you give up now," Maya added, "we all die." The tower shook violently. Above them, the shadow in the sky opened one glowing eye. The world darkened. Zareth was almost through. Leo stepped forward. He raised his hands, not to fight, but to speak. "Zareth," he shouted, "you want me? Then take me." The tower stopped. Shaking, Zareth's voice rumbled, "Do you accept what you are?" Leo looked around at his friends, at the planet, at the stars. "I accept that I'm not just yours," he said. "I'm still me. I'm still human." "Then prove it." The machine reacted violently. Energy burst outward, throwing Maya and Amy to the ground. Leo floated upward, his body surrounded by light. His mind entered the core. Inside was fire, memory, pain, and a mirror. And in the mirror, he saw it, Zareth's true face, not a god, not a devil. Just a being broken by time, twisted by betrayal, desperate to be whole again. Leo spoke gently, "I see you now. Not as a god, but as someone who was hurt." The light flickered. "You pity me?" Zareth hissed. "No." Leo said, "I forgive you." The core exploded with white light. The tower shattered. The sky cracked. The gateway closed. And Zareth screamed once, then was gone. When the light faded, Leo lay on the ground. Human again. Smoke filled the air. The tower was rubble. The shadow in the sky was gone. Amy crawled to him. "Leo, you did it." Maya checked his pulse. "He's alive." Leo opened his eyes slowly. "Am I still me?" Amy smiled, crying, "You're more than that, far away, on another world." A sliver of Zareth's energy floated through space, quiet, watching, waiting. Because gods don't die. They remember. Kiss of war or peace. The wreckage of the alien tower smoked behind them, a twisted skeleton of stone and light. Mars was quiet again, too quiet. Leo sat on a broken pillar, wrapped in a thermal cloak. His face was pale, his eyes were hollow. The god was gone, but something still lived inside him. Maya worked silently beside a half-functional scanner, watching Leo from time to time. Amy sat near the comlink, trying to reach Earth Command. "They're not answering," she said softly. "Maybe they still think Leo is a threat, or maybe he still is," Maya replied. Amy looked at her. "You don't believe that?" Maya hesitated. "I don't know what to believe anymore." Leo heard them. He didn't blame them. He didn't even know who he was anymore. Zareth's memories were still in his mind, not as voices, but as feelings. Ancient grief, rage older than stars, and love so strong it felt dangerous. He remembered the betrayal, the imprisonment, the loneliness, but he also remembered something else. A kiss, a small act that was never meant to matter, a joke, a dare. A moment that changed the galaxy. Hours later, the emergency shuttle arrived. Earth Command had finally responded, but the team they sent was not medical. It was military. Heavy boots, black armor, weapons that glowed blue. Target, Leo Parsons, detain or terminate. Orders from the top. Amy stood in front of them. He saved us. He saved all of you. Doesn't matter, the captain said coldly. Zareth may be hiding inside him. We can't take the risk, Maya whispered to Leo. We can run, I'll cover you. Leo shook his head. No more running. He stepped forward, slowly, carefully, his hands raised. You want proof I'm not him anymore? Leo said. Then let me choose how this ends. The captain raised his weapon, final warning, and then Leo did something strange. He reached out to nothing and something reached back from the sky. A beam of light fell, gentle, warm, silent, and in that light, Zareth appeared, but not like before, not as a monster, not as a god, not even as a voice, just a figure made of memory and light, calm, silent, waiting. Everyone froze. Zareth looked at Leo, no words, just a question in his glowing eyes. What do you choose? Leo stepped forward and did something no one expected. He leaned forward and kissed Zareth on the forehead. The world stopped. The soldiers raised their weapons, but the light exploded not in destruction but in peace. Every weapon shut down, every sensor failed, every machine went silent. Inside every mind, one thought echoed, peace is not given by force, it is chosen. Zareth smiled and dissolved into a billion stars, gone, finally. Free. The soldiers lowered their weapons. Amy ran to Leo. What did you do? Leo fell to his knees. Exhausted, I let him go, not with fear, not with war, but with understanding. Maya stood beside him. He needed love to wake up and love to rest again. Leo smiled weakly. A joke became a nightmare and then became a lesson. Later, Leo stood by the window of the orbiting station looking at Mars. They'll write stories about this, Amy said beside him. They'll probably blame me for everything. He replied with a tired laugh. No, Maya said, stepping forward. They'll remember you as the boy who kissed a god and taught him how to be human. Far away, in a quiet corner of the universe, a single blue star flickered in the void, soft, steady, watching, not a god, not a weapon, just a memory.